Kamala Harris and Tim Walz discuss tacos, music, and the future of America. I mentioned that it's halftime in America. We're down a score, and I sort of enjoy the concept of being a little behind. Right now, I'm gazing at Coach Walz. I am looking at Coach Walz. For example, I had white man tacos with black mayonnaise and tuna. What are you doing now? Mostly ground meat with cheese. That is all right. Do you add any taste to it?
No.
Okay, nice. Here is the deal.
No.
They warned her to be cautious and informed her that black pepper is the most potent spice in Minnesota.
Do you know?
I think I am the first vice president to ever plant chili peppers. I'm attempting to broaden my culinary expertise. You know, we have some cantaloupes. You will be all right.
Yeah.
So I phoned Tim. Perhaps we won't have to. I phoned you, Tim.
Yes.
You did not respond, Tim. I understand. So, what happened? The most significant call of my life came up, and we didn't recognize the caller ID, so it went to voicemail.
Hi.
This is Tim. I am unable to answer your query.
Thank you.
Hello, Tim. It's Kamala. I genuinely want to chat to you. It is an incredible honor for me. Also, I'm thrilled. I simply want to be a part of the enthusiasm that you are producing. Well, buddy, we're doing this together. That's okay. We are doing this together. How have the last few days been for you? I can see where the energy originates. America is a hopeful 1,000, sometimes more than 10,000 individuals. You have seen precisely who we are as Americans.
Yeah.
People from rural and urban places of all stripes, sizes, and backgrounds. This is who we are as Americans, and we are all in this together.
Yeah.
And the only way we can win this campaign is to push the pedal to the metal for the next many, many days.
So,
Timothy, yeah. What's your connection with music?
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen's The River OK was the song that changed my life, which is a voyage, and you know all of the tracks.
Yeah.
And I am that person. It's summer 1980, and I've been saving for my first automobile. I bought a 1973 orange Chevy Camaro and installed an 8-track player.
Oh wow.
The previous owner left Bob Seger's Night Moves in there. I listened to it, and it's sort of the soundtrack of my life, including Detroit's own Bob Seger. But what's really fantastic about this is that I drive a 1979 International. It has an 8-track player. I still have the 8-track today.
You are fooling me. No. So, how about you?
I grew up, with all these records here like Aretha. My mother owned every Aretha Franklin album, and our Christmas and birthday presents for her were always, what's the latest Aretha Franklin record? So it's all vinyl in your home.
Wow. All that and Stevie.
And then Miles and my father both like jazz, so it was Miles. It was Coltrane. Prince was one of my favorite artists when I was kid. And of course, from your estate.
And, in reality, I will tell you.
So my hubby, Doug, and I are more of hip-hop fans. He's more like Depeche Mode.
Oh yes.
Oh, but at the same time.
Yeah.
You are not permitted to use it.
Of course.
But Prince, in the Venn diagram of things, he and I love the same things because, think about how Prince was with a guitar, dude. I know practically all of those songs by heart. If this occurs, I believe we will make a trip to Paisley Park. It is on my bucket list. I will tell you that. Tell me about your dad and how he influenced you. You have served our nation. You have served our nation for many years. I was 19. My younger brother died when he was around 8 or 9 years old. He was a chain smoker.
Yeah.
Simply addicted. They had a beautiful Korean War period, and that group of guys was quite stoic. After his death, my mother became a stay-at-home parent. She became our rock, and now she has to go out and find employment since medical bills have depleted her Social Security and Social Security survivor benefits. We're okay dragging ourselves up by the bootstraps. We had no footwear.
Those are the boots. It's about survival, literally.
It is survival. We all repaid it. So programs that are not only necessary to keep people out of poverty, but also to allow them to live in dignity.
You keep talking about it.
We need to assist folks get through difficult times. We cannot have a nation with rules that allow individuals to slip between the gaps.
Yeah.
I adore what you've accomplished with your life. You coached a winless high school football team.
Yes.
And you came in, and they were obviously the underdog. And the question is, What happened?
Yeah.
It's a team. And I had fantastic instructors. And we were buddies, so we buckled down. And, although it was a reasonably large school, no one wanted to participate since they had not won. And this bunch of coaches stated, first and foremost, we have to build the team. We need to go out and locate individuals. So we welcomed them inside. To be honest, we didn't score a touchdown until the last game of the first year. We were shut out in every game. My highest score until the last game was defensive tackle since we had a safety in one game. 2 years later, the youngsters won the state title. Since we departed, the school has won numerous more. You create culture. You create winning. People want to be a part of it. That is the excitement. That is the thrill of what it may become. This is how I feel about our campaign.
Yeah.
Ours is the underdog campaign.
Oh yes.
And with our excitement, we must remember that we are still up against certain forces.
Yes.
They are attempting to split our nation. It kills me to see the divisiveness and fueling of divisions that have occurred.
Yes. Right.
And when we can remind folks and provide a place where everyone can come and say, hello.
Do you know?
We're all in it together. It's almost as if everyone is coming out of their home after a snowstorm, with the Minnesota reference, and you shovel out before starting to chat to your neighbors. How were the past several days or whatever it is? They're re-energized and seeking for their neighbors. We keep telling you about America's promise, and we tell you to take care of your neighbor. In the face of a stranger. When you look at a stranger, you should recognize a neighbor.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to weep when you speak about, look, a lady from Oakland, California, and a man from out in Nebraska.
Right. On there.
And I see a lot of people nodding and smiling. This exploitation of disparities cannot continue. I mentioned that it's halftime in America. We're down a touchdown because many people find it simpler to tear things down. It is simpler to split than to construct. But once you have that momentum going, once we come out, and where we are right now, yeah, people want to be a part of something that is winning. They want to be a part of something that is excellent and accessible to everyone. And I enjoy the concept of being somewhat behind us. I'm looking at Coach Walz right now. I am looking at Coach Walz. Were you always sure you wanted to be an attorney? My parents met when they were involved in the civil rights struggle. I grew up among a lot of folks who were demonstrating and yelling for justice. Lawyers were among the movement's heroes. Thurgood Marshall.
Right.
They understood how to translate the passion from the streets to our country's courtrooms, and they believed in the United States Constitution and the principles upon which it was founded, and it was in the courts of America that they reminded us of our country's promise, rights, and ideals, including equality and freedom.
Right.
That's why I attended law school. But the second reason is that while I was in high school, I discovered my closest friend was being assaulted by her stepfather. When I discovered what was going on, I told her, "You have to come live with us." I phoned my mother. I've got to tell you, Tim, that it was the first time I understood how important it is for everyone to be safe.
Yeah.
And we should all feel a feeling of obligation to keep others safe from danger.
Yeah.
That's why I decided I wanted to be a prosecutor.
Wow. And as a prosecutor, I handled murder cases.
I prosecuted a variety of crimes, but I focused on child sexual assault cases.
And one of the things I did was establish a separate section committed to concentrating on children who are being mistreated and ensuring that they are treated with decency and justice.
We still have a lot of work to do to ensure that children have a voice.
That sort of resonates with me.
Enroll as a teacher. It's all about the students and where you teach it.
Right. When I had my own children, it became very evident to me, and I believe it made me a great teacher. Yeah.
That the kid that walked through the door was someone's most meaningful moment in life. Absolutely. Thinking about a parent putting their child up and sending them off to school, proud of them.
I wanted to enter through that door and just pull people up, to provide that feeling of service. It is fascinating.
2 distinct regions of the nation, 2 different lived experiences, but both working toward the same goal, everyone having a fair opportunity. Well, I have to tell you, Tim, that even though we grew up in different regions of the nation, you remind me of the people I grew up with, industrious people who talk plainly, people who understand the difference between right and wrong, and care for and love thy neighbor in the most sincere and genuine manner.
Yeah.
These are the people who are happy to be with you.